Hello everybody and welcome back to Violin Axioms, the channel where we take apart violin playing into its various and component ingredients and then reassemble them, hopefully with greater knowledge and greater ease and facility. I'm Sven Ronning and I'm encouraging you, of course, to subscribe to the channel as well, since there's a lot of little building blocks that all go together. We're going to begin by memorizing G major and minor, and then building some fluidity with that memory. So as you remember from a previous episode on the channel, what we are going to do is to memorize by imagining the fingering by just saying numbers first and then applying it to the instrument. And the best way to do this is actually to do it in tempo. So for a 3-octave G major scale, the fingering is as follows: G on the G string, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, D, 1, 2, and then shift, 1, 2, 3, 4, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, E, 1, 2, then shift again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And then coming down, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1 on A, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1 on D, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 on G. Okay, that's the bird's eye view. But of course, that's probably a little faster than you could process if you don't already know the scale. So what I'm going to do instead is just say it in rhythm until it flows and there are no mistakes. Like this: G, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. A, 1, 2, 3, 4. E, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. E, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. A, 4, 3, 2, 1. D, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. G, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. If the numbers repeat, of course, that means that I've shifted on my instrument. I've moved into a different position. And you need to be able to do that perfectly before you even play the violin. I think this is the best way to just sort of test your memory. But let's say that I've done that, okay? You can try that. Usually it doesn't take more than 4 or 5 times if you're just really slow and methodical about it. The slower you go, actually, the faster you'll make the process. So just speak in rhythm, because as a musician, you have to think in rhythm. Okay. Now, while I'm practicing to learn this better for intonation, I can practice making sure without vibrato, right? And I'm also going to make sure that my shifts are light and as slow as I dare. Let me show you what I mean. So when I shift, If I move with a jerk, there's going to be a bump in the sound. So those of you who've been watching the channel for a while know that I've talked about how you want the 2 hands to move at the same speed for ease of motion. And one of the main reasons that that's so important is because that way one side doesn't jostle the other. They stay moving together. So when I'm working on my scales, I want those shifts to move very, very slowly, ideally kind of just right in the speed of the bow, so that the 2 halves of my body are moving at the same speed. Okay, so light and slow shifts. And what I mean by light is just not using very much pressure when I make the shift. So I'm going to almost just like a little bit of daylight in the finger. The finger continues to touch the string, but there's daylight. I'm just going to ride on top of the string without riding on top of the fingerboard. And the reason I'm doing this is so that I can taste where I am, but I don't have any friction to prevent me from moving. So I want it to be light and slow. That way I learn where I am on the fingerboard, and I can move and taste accurately where I am, okay? So I want to learn where I am, and I want to move there gracefully, okay? So light and slow shifts. Practicing without vibrato is so that I really make sure that I can hear the pitch accurately. And lastly is when I'm shifting, I want to make the half steps, and there are only half step shifts in this scale of G major, the way this fingering is set up. I want to make them as tight as possible. It's almost as if I replace the fingers. Okay, so I make those half steps as tight as possible. Okay, all right, so now the last ingredient of this is just to build up some speed. So I'm going to start using a metronome, and I love using metronome, especially actually if I've not got a lot of energy left in the day, because the metronome somehow seems to give me a little extra energy, the infusion of a click track, you might say. It kind of helps you get some energy in your practice. So you can use it that way. I'm going to just set the metronome at quarter note equals 60, but I encourage you to play around with different speeds. And if you use 60, we're just going to speed up the scale. So we're going to start with whole notes, so 4 counts per note. Then half notes slurring 2, so 2 counts per note slurring 2. Then 1 count per note slurring 4. Then 1/2 count per note slurring 8. 1/4 count per note slurring 16, and so on. So we're going to accelerate and get the fluidity that way. So here is quarter note equals 60. Okay, and I'm just going to start playing whole notes, so 4 counts, and then we're going to accelerate all the way up and down. This is G major. Here we go. 3, 4. now I'm going to slur 2. Just notice that as I do this, I'm also, you might have noticed that I repeated the top note in that last version. Now as I slur through the top, I'm not going to be repeating the top. I'll just treat the top note as one note. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 8, 3, 4. Now a quarter note divided into 16ths, so 16 notes per bow. 3, 4. And now a sextuplet per beat, so 24 notes per bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a way to build some fluidity and speed, right? When you're doing it slowly, of course, from the outside looking in, it's about as exciting as watching paint dry. But it's what's going on in your mind, right? Am I keeping track of the fingering? Am I making sure that my bow is straight? Am I making sure that the bow distribution is even on each note? Is the note actually in tune? Can I check that with the tuner, etc.? There are a lot of different components so that the slow practice is still with a very, very active mind. And in fact, in a certain way, as you get faster, your mind gets less active because it has to just keep up with the flow of the music better. Okay, I'll see you in the next one, and we'll do G minor in exactly the same way. Okay, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you then for G minor for speed. Bye.